Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Claire and today I am going to be doing a pastel home in The Sims 4. So since it is now spring, I wanted to do a pastel home. I know there's probably a lot of people on YouTube doing a lot of pastel homes, and I wasn't trying to copy off of anybody. I do know at this point of time of recording, Miss Griffey did a pastel home, and I wasn't trying to copy her, but I do kind of have a little bit of similar features with the bed being on the second level, but hers is more like a loft, mine's more of a home, and so we are just going to be finishing up the dining room space. It's kind of more like a hallway into the backyard area, but I wanted there to be a dining room table, and I wasn't sure where a dining room would be, and so it just worked out to be kind of in this front entrance area. This house is a tiny house, and so it is small. It can only sleep 1 to 2 Sims, and so we are just going now into the kitchen of the house, and I wanted to use laundry day, so there is laundry machines in this house just because I haven't done it in a while, and I wanted there to be it in the kitchen just because I know that's kind of realistic in Europe, and I just wanted to do it because I haven't done it in a while. And so the core colors in this house are blue, pink, purple, and yellow. There's blue in the floor. I kind of regretting this decision to make the floors blue, so if you want to change it, no hurt feelings, but I wanted there to be blue floor because right before I recorded this video, I watched Little Simsy's video about her using items that she normally wouldn't use, and so that kind of inspired me to use the blue floor in this house. And so the kitchen is just coming together, finishing up. I'm using the items from the cottage living pack because when I was doing the shell, I saw these blue windows, and I'm like, yes, that's the pastel blue I'm going for, and so I didn't want to just use the windows from cottage living, and so I'm also using the table in the dining room and these counters in the kitchen. So we are just finishing up with these cabinets and going to be going into the living room next. I did have to alt place these cabinets, so if they're a little bit weird when you play, that is why. And so now we are just going to be adding one more cabinet and just going to be adjusting them because, like I just said, it was a little bit weird. And so now we are just going to be adding a few more things in it to the kitchen to make it seem lived in, and going to be going into the hallway space where you walk into the kitchen. Since I do have laundry machines, I wanted to make sure that there was an iron rack, and I do get rid of this broom just because it didn't really, it felt a little too cluttered, and so I end up putting these baskets in the corner with a mirror or some mirrors. I kind of went through a lot of options, and so I cut it out and just kind of end up going with this floor length mirror. And so we are just now going to be adding a garbage can, and this is the point where I'm realizing is this kind of looks like a dollhouse. This is something that looks like Barbie would live in, and so that was fun realizing that when I'm adding a garbage can. And so now we are in the living room area of this small house, and so it was a little bit hard to come up with furniture with this house because the floor's blue, and so I kind of eliminated a color that I could use. And so we are just going to be adding this bookshelf from the cottage living pack, and I really like it because there's little bunnies for bookends, and I really like bunnies, and so I'm like, yes, this is the perfect thing to get another skill item in the house. And then there's a bunny and spring. I was trying to go for very hello spring type vibes, and so we are just going to be adding the laundry day couches out into the backyard. I pre-did the backyard before I recorded just to make it less for me to edit and voice over, but there does have a beehive thing and a flower arrangement table. I thought that would be fun to add the flower arrangement table since it's all spring and everything's blooming. And so now we are in the one and only bathroom in this house, and I'm a little bit surprised that this isn't the room that I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks like a Barbie house, because since it's like all pink. And so we are just adjusting the windows on the outside just to give a little bit of space between the window and the shower. And that green toilet does not stay. I wanted it to stay, but it just didn't, kind of clashed. And so I just switched it out for a white one. And so I kind of wish I would have kept it, but it's okay. And so now we are just going to be using the same sink in the kitchen into the bathroom, and going to be adding a yellow mirror. I feel like it was like best choice, just since there's like a lot of different colors. Why not put more colors into this very small space? And so we do kind of balance it out with a blue bathrobe and towel. Since there isn't any blue flooring, I felt like it was a little bit more reasonable to add a like blue cabinets and blue towels. And so we do also add this yellow rug into the bathroom, trying to kind of hide all of this pink. And so now we are just trying to find a picture to go in this space. And now I think we're going upstairs. So this space is like the bedroom, and then there's a closed off room that has like the computer, so when you have Sims over, you can lock the door and they won't be huddling all around your computer, which I appreciate. And so I hope you do as well. And so now we are just starting off with the dresser, and I wanted to start with the dresser just to figure it out because of the weird shadows. There's a few weird shadows, and I wanted to cover them up first before I got too invested into the other items in this bedroom. And so we are just going to be adding these flower pictures just because I feel like it's like helps with like the spring feel, blooming flowers and butterflies. And so we are just going to be picking out a bed for the house, and I ended up going with this base game bed that has a light pink color and the laundry basket also has a light pink color, so it's very light pink in here, and I like it. I wanted the walls to be yellow and purple, so the pink could shine with the bed and with the mirror. I wasn't really coming up with a color for the dresser. I was just more glad to find one to cover up the weird shadow. And so now we are just going to be adding some decorations into this room and going to be adding these pictures. I kind of had in mind that these two pictures I chose were like sisters, like one's the grandma and one's the great aunt of the sim that lives in this house, and like they're probably like both like plant people since I have like a flower arrangement table in the backyard. And so here is another ode to the butterflies that I have around the house. And so we are just going to be sizing up this rug that came with the seasons pack, and I wanted to have the purple like by the bed since there's purple on the dresser, and so the purple on the rug kind of hides because of the bed. And so I do also have these butterfly like paper things outside because I wanted there to be like there's like a big like empty wall that I didn't have like room for mirrors or windows, and so I wanted there to be like butterflies out there too. And so we are getting close to the end of the video, but first we are going to be working on this office space. So like I said earlier, there is a door in this room so you can lock it so when you have Sims over, they're not huddled around the computer. And I was trying to add like some like skill building areas or skill building items in this room, but it just kind of ended up being smaller than I thought it would end up being, and so there's just a computer and a camera, but there's also stuff outside. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I post new videos every single Tuesday, so please come back if you enjoyed watching, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to play in this house, the information will be down in the description. My EA ID is CRFALDMOIf, and this home is called Pastel Home. So I hope to see you all next week. Bye!